Hey, thank you for coming in and seeing me this week regarding the pain that you've been having. As promised, I'm going to send you a link to a lacrosse ball, a foam roller and some insoles for your shoes. If we can change your movement pattern by loosening off the muscles and the tendons in the legs, we can help cure the pain and hopefully get you back on track on getting the best out of your fitness training. So, what we're going to do, we're going to start off doing some rolling techniques, and we're going to start with the lacrosse ball. The program's going to begin at the feet, and then we're going to work our way up the legs to give the best chance of giving them the best chance to get loose, so then your body can start moving properly and without the pain. So with the lacrosse ball, what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to stand on the ball and put a decent amount of force, and you can hold onto a wall to help you with this at first. And we're just going to roll up and down that ball, pushing fairly hard into it. Now, what you found is we were pronating with our feet. Now that was tight fascia on the bottom of our foot. Now when it gets tight at the bottom of our foot, that's going to collapse the arch, and then you get that rolled in sort of look. Okay, when you get that rolled in look, the muscles in the shins, the calves, the outside of the legs all have to work hard to try and get your legs into a good posture. So always start at the feet. We're going to do that by supporting them with good trainers, no flip-flops, as I said, and also supported insoles, okay? So spend 1 to 2 minutes just rolling that lacrosse ball in the bottom of the foot, pushing down as hard as you can, a couple of ups and downs, a couple of side to sides, making sure you're getting the whole range, aiming for those tight points. What's going to be tight is going to be on the inside of that arch there, so spend some good time pushing down, rolling around in there. Okay, so after a couple of minutes rolling around the foot, we are going to come onto the shin and the calf area. So sticking with the lacrosse ball, what we're going to do, I'll come down to the ground actually. We're going to really work on this posterior tibialis, and now this muscle was really tight when we were working on here. So with the lacrosse ball, what you're going to do, you're going to mimic the sports massage that we had by loosening off this muscle. Now this posterior tibialis, it attaches your knee, goes all the way down the inside of your shin and then wraps round the arch. So what's happening is, because your feet are dropping in, this muscle's working too hard because it's trying to stabilise that foot. So we need to loosen that off. So the way we're going to do that is in a seated position. You're just going to grab the lacrosse ball, push it hard into it. So find the shin bone, roll slightly off it, and then push the ball hard in and just do some circles. Now I want to see some movement in the skin. So the bigger the circles, the better. The harder you can push, the better. And you're just going to spend a good amount of time, a good couple of minutes each day. You do this every day, working all the way up that posterior tibialis muscle. Finding the tight areas, so spend some more time on those tighter areas. It's going to be a little bit lower on you, on the shin there, and just push and work your way into there. And that is going to be a fantastic way of loosening off that, which is going to give your body the best chance of not dropping in and keeping yourself nice and stable. Okay, so moving on, we come on to the calves. And with the foam roller, what we're going to do, you're going to place that foam roller right at the bottom of the calf at first, so near the heel of the foot. To get extra pressure in your foam roller, you can cross your leg over and push down with that leg hard into it. And another way is to lift the hips up off the floor. Now, for the length of time I want you to be doing this, it's quite hard to keep your hips up off the floor all the time. So by keeping some good pressure into your legs, that's going to be the best way of doing it while still seated. So what I want you to do then is just come side to side, rolling side to side on the foam roller, putting as much pressure in as you can, trying to roll out those tight muscles. As you can see, when you come onto the inside, you're coming back onto that posterior tibialis that was tight, and just keep forcing it out. Don't rush this. So all side to sides, the harder you can push down into it, the more you can tolerate, the better. And this is, again, like having a sports massage, just going to pull those tight muscle fibres on the calf around and just help them loosen off, okay? So spend a couple of minutes going from side to side. You're then going to find the tightest area you can. Might be on the outside, might be on the inside. And then I just want you to type the alphabet out of your foot. So type big A, big capital letters, B, C. The reason we type the alphabet out is it gets you all angles of your foot. Now if we can improve the mobility in your foot, your running style is going to be better, your training style is going to be better, and that's going to help you out with your jumping and any type of exercise that you're going to be doing without causing pain in the leg. Okay, so we're then going to roll that up into the middle of the calf and then do exactly the same thing. 2 minutes of side to side, making sure you get the fullest range possible and as deep in there as possible, and then type that alphabet out. And then finally, right up the top of the calf, side to sides for a couple of minutes, and then type that alphabet out. Okay, so that's the calf done and the posterior tibialis. We're actually going to roll the shin muscle out on this foam roller as well. By rolling the shin muscles out, again, this outside of your leg that's working too hard is that pronation. Okay, so we need to loosen off everything on the outside here too. So what we're going to do with the foam roller, I just want you to place your shin onto it and then sit back into your foot. Okay, just going to do a couple of ups and downs, just rolling out that shin. So up and down, putting as much weight into there as you can. It's really important you sit on your foot and you're not up here doing it. Okay, sit right back, and then that'll stretch off that shin muscle, and you can roll up and down there, and then into those side to sides again. So sit right into it, and then come over to the side. Sit right into it, and have this bang in the middle of the shin, and just keep that coming for again 2 minutes. I want you to spend on your shins, just loosening them off. A really forgotten part to stretch. It's quite difficult to stretch out. And that's it, and that'll be really, really good for you. Okay, so that's the lower half of the leg. We're going to move up onto the upper part of the leg. Everything's connected, everything overlaps. So your calves overlap and attach up here, and your hamstrings attach below the knee. Same with the quads, your shins attach above the knee, your quadriceps will attach below the knee. So they cross over, so it's really important that you're going to work on the whole complex of the leg here if you're going to be pain-free and get that movement pattern right. So on the leg, what we're going to do, I want you to have a lie down with this on the front of your leg, and actually lie down on the floor, don't hold a plank, okay? I want you to put as much weight into the leg as possible, and then you are just going to come from side to side again, and have the roller quite near to the knee at first, to the little pocket above the knee, and just spend 2 minutes coming side to side again. And then after 2 minutes of that, we're going to bend and straighten the knee for another 2 minutes. Okay, so I mean the program is fairly long at first, but I want you to just spend some time, certainly in the early stages of this, really focusing on getting some good time in. So take half hour out of your day, get this leg rolled out. I promise you, you can be pain-free within a week. You can do it if you are performing these exercises enough. Okay, so after near the knee, similar to what we did on the calf, roll up, do the same thing, side to sides, rolling out the tight fascia around the leg. This is pretty uncomfortable, but it has to be if we're going to help loosen up all those muscle fibers, which is going to give you the best movement pattern possible. That's good. So a couple of minutes of side to sides, lay flat again, and then start to bend and straighten that knee. Okay, and that's going to be really good at loosening off those quadriceps, which are again working too hard because of the pronation in the feet. Right, after that, coming onto the side of the leg, IT bands, the most common thing that people roll out, but they do it wrong. A lot of people just come up and down. You're not going to stretch out your IT bands like that. So come bang into the middle of your IT band. Again, this side to side motion is so much better for peeling those muscle fibers off and making sure that you're going to get the most out of your rolling. So spend a couple of minutes on the side of your leg there, rolling that out. So that's it for the roller and the lacrosse ball. There are a few stretches that I want you to do as well, and you can do these stretches at any time. So first of all, we're going to start off with the shin muscles and this posterior tibialis. You're just going to push your toes into the ground, so just curl them over. Not way, Pooch. So, and then just push your ankle forward. So it's a case of starting in this position, push the ankle forward. Again, increasing the mobility of this part is really good in your running phase. You're pushing off, it's part of your running phase, and The better you can get that position, the more powerful you're going to be, the quicker you can be, and all that movement's going to turn into really good fitness training, which is going to help you improve quickly. So spend a good 30 seconds just pushing your ankle forward. You can do this in a queue or anywhere. Anywhere you're standing up, just get into this stretch. Spend a minute or two just stretching out your shin muscles there. It's going to really help open out that ankle joint and give you the best chance of being strong in your posture rather than having it all drop in like this. Okay, so after doing the shins, we're going to come into what I like to call the couch stretches, because you can do this on your sofa at home. First of all, if you're ever sitting down for more than 2 minutes, I want you in this stretch. What we're going to do, we're going to come into a figure of 4 position, just really good at opening up the glutes. Now, one of the reasons that we pronate is because our glutes aren't firing. So everything drops in because we're not engaging, okay? If you can squeeze your bum muscles, automatically it puts your spine in a better place. So squeezing your bum muscles puts your spine in a better place, it puts your legs in a better place too. So everything works from this area. So if we can do everything, every exercise, tense the glutes, that's going to get you in a better position. That's going to help prevent any injuries in the future, okay? So the way we can engage the glutes is by stretching them out. So coming into this figure of 4 position, ease that knee down, okay? And just start to lean forwards and hold it in that position, okay? Now you can go hunting for the tighter areas. It might be leaning towards the knee that's tighter, it might be leaning towards the foot. Find it and stick with it, okay? I want you to spend 2 minutes per leg just stretching this out every day. Every time you're sitting down for more than 2 minutes, get in this position. You can't overstretch. The looser those glutes, the more they'll be able to fire up. The better your squats will be, the better your running will be, the better your training will be. So it's well worth it. So spend a good couple of minutes on that. Okay, the next one, come into a kneeling position, take a big step forward, and then I just want you to, excuse me, sorry Tom, just push your hip into the ground, okay? So really fire it down. You're going to squeeze your bum muscles as tight as you can in that position to engage, and that is going to stretch out the front part of your hip. So the other one, the stretching out the back part, this is stretching out the front part, all loosening off to help you get that posture right. Once again, it's going to help you train properly. Okay, so keep squeezing that glute. And again, spend a couple of minutes in each of these stretches on both legs. Really important. Last stretch I've got for you, it's called a towel stretch. What we're going to do, I want you to lie on your back, wrap the towel around the foot, pull it hard down, so really pull down on it so it pulls your knee into your chest. You're then going to tense your thigh muscle as hard as you can and pull your foot as high as possible. Hold it there for just a couple of seconds and then bring it in again. Tense, hard as possible, tense that thigh muscle and then bring it down again. And just keep doing that for, again, 2 minutes per leg. Tense the thigh muscle so the leg locks. If it's only coming to this angle, it's not good enough. Make sure you're locking it straight, okay? 2 minutes of just stretching out those hamstrings, which is so closely linked to those IT bands, and so closely linked to the shins, and so closely linked to that pronation in the feet. So, there's your program. Ideally, certainly at first, I want you to do all of that. I want you to do it all every day. Now, I understand that's quite a long program, so if you are in a rush, just pick one, do it. And just if you've ever got a spare 5 minutes, get into a stretch, or a spare 10 minutes, get on the roller. The more you do of it, the less pain you're going to be in, the more we can progress and get on with your training and get great results. Okay, keep in touch.